Good morning. It's Rick Spain with Infinite Grace with just another message for you and things that I've learned and before we get into this, I do want to thank Philip Reed and Reed Newspapers for sponsoring us. I hope you're getting something out of it because that's the reason why we do this is to help you. And thanks to Sarah for running the camera for me, and she's always faithful, always here. We do this on Monday morning, so both of us have sleepy in our eyes, just like everybody else. But anyway, this is started last week on the thought of things that I've learned, and I've got 12 things that I've learned. And last week we went over the first six. And number one, it's better to wait on what the heart yearns for than to pursue it with my own understanding and strength. Number two, God's way works to produce what he says every time. Number three, his way is the best. Number four, God is faithful. Number five, I have room to grow. And number six, he never leaves or forsakes. So this week we're going to do 7 through 12. And I don't know if you got a pencil and a piece of paper, you might find some thoughts in what I say this morning or whatever time you're listening to it. You may find some thoughts that help you in your day and in your life. So I've learned these things. Hope they help you. Number 7, his strength never fails. So when you think of strength, you look at what's around us and our life, or Monday morning talking about energy, and thinking, golly, I just seen where's that extra hour that I had on the weekend? I'd take that hour again. So we got the energy sources and we got what you call the energy grid that powers everything. We're spoiled. We got, if it's light, if it's dark in a room, what do? We hit the light switch, turn it on, turn the energy on. So, we have all these things that need to be replenished. Used to everything, and still a lot, runs on batteries, especially our phones. That, the thing that we have to carry with us everywhere. But anyway, so what do you do every night? Plug that thing in, so the next day you're going to be ready for whatever the world's going to throw at you, because whatever it is, it's going to be on that phone. So, but anyway, you got the energy sources. You got to have that, and it's got to be replenished. Well, if the plug doesn't work, you can't charge the phone. So you got to have the energy. It's a never ending line there on energy. But with God, he doesn't need any of that. His energy never fails. And so when you think about that, he doesn't have to stir up some strength. He doesn't have to go to the gym and work out so that he's going to have the strength to pick up whatever needs to be picked up. He's got the energy. So through all the challenges, my strength has proven to be inadequate. His strength has pulled me back up, been my guide in every challenge that I face. And so no matter what it is out there that drains my energy, I have an unlimited source in him because his strength never fails. Number 8, there's always a battle for the one who fights. So you think about this. You may think, well, I don't want to fight. I just want to live my life. Well, just to live your life, you have to fight. Why? Because you have oppositions. Like I said on Monday morning, we got to get up. Yep. Sleepy or not, we got to get up. Why? Because we got to go to work. Why? We got to pay bills, whatever. Or we got to make the wife happy. Got to make the husband happy. Got to feed the kids. Whatever your motivation is, we got motivation. So, we got to get up in the morning. That's our challenge. And then sometimes we go to lay down, go to sleep. And what happens? The brain's going. You can't go to sleep. Well, why can't we take that time when we can't go to sleep and apply that to Monday morning? Wouldn't that be fair? It seems fair to me, but there again, that's our challenge. But not only the challenges of the sleep, but we got people challenges. The world would be a great place if it wasn't for people. Huh. Dang it. I'm one of those people. So it's not just the people around us, it's the people on the inside of us. And most of the time we're looking at problems on the outside, and in reality it wouldn't even be a problem if we weren't involved. And so the real problem is not the problem you're facing, but the real problem is how it's affecting you on the inside, those oppositions. And so you got to recognize there's always a battle for the one who fights. And as long as you're breathing, you're still fighting. So the oppositions in life are always there to challenge who you are. The position that you attain comes after the battle. Remember that. So there's always a battle for the one who fights, but the real fight is not what you're facing. The real fight is after the fight's over. And that's where the rewards come in. So number 9, when I seek him, the rest of my desires falter to the one desire, and that's to know him. So my life has been filled with what I thought my appetite wanted, but that appetite never really filled me. And what it actually did is just created a bigger hole on the inside. And so that's interesting because, what happens is we have a desire in life and we go to pursue that desire, and we find something that like hits right dead center on that target and think, man, this is it. And so we found that thing that fulfilled our desire. And then what do? We make a habit out of it. If it worked that time, it's got to work the next time. And so we do the same thing to get that same feeling. And we do it over and over again. And habits become addictions. And so what happens is the addiction takes the place of the desire. We have to realize that that thing that we think that we really want can only be filled by one. Mary White wrote the book years ago called The Desire of Ages. And if you recognize what that true desire is not to fill that stuff with some outside source or some person that you can touch, but it is the only thing that fills. And there was a song that came out years ago, and it was called The God Spot, because God put a spot inside of us that nothing else can fill, only him. Because when I seek him, the rest of my desires falter to one desire. That's to know him. Number 10, when Christ enters your life, you will never be the same. This is the proof of God on the individual levels. You see, words can't express this. Programs can't produce this. Religion can't even describe it. The most undeniable aspect of God in your life is that you're different. So when you think about that, the real proof is, a lot of times we try to prove we're different because we all get up on Sunday morning, get dressed up, and why? Because we're going to go to church, and so we're different. We're going to church, and so then we get out of church and we go out and eat. We say a prayer before we eat, because why? We're different, or maybe we just want other people to think we're different. the real proof is not on what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside. The real question is, if you say you've accepted God in your life, are you different? Number 11, I can trust God. You know, the greatest challenge to trust is fear. Remember, we were talking about desire and habits a while ago, where addictions take the place of desire. Fear can take the place of trust. Now, isn't that something? You know, it's so funny. You know, there's so many things that we don't want to attempt in life. Why? We're afraid. And so, and we want to do it, but it's like, man, I just don't want to take that next step because what? I'm afraid. You know, so if we understand the real challenge in this is not whether I trust, it's whether I can get over that fear. Because I like what Joyce Meyer says. She said, if you're afraid, do it afraid. And you'll find when you step on the other side of that, He won't let you down anytime. I've learned I can trust God. And sometimes that's the hardest thing in my life. Number 12, I don't deserve any of this. Because number 1, my weight reveals His understanding. Number 2, all of the other voices bow when I listen to Him. Number 3, understanding His way brings more meaning to what life produces. Number 4, just as the sun rises every day, He will never change. Number 5, my problem with Him always becomes an opportunity. Let me repeat that. My problem, when I look to Him, becomes an opportunity. Number 6, when I forgot Him, He never forgot me. Number 7, no challenge can stand against Him. Number 8, His greatest work is not in what I face, but in who I am. Number 9, He challenges my habits to expose my desire. Number 10, with Him, my life will never be the same. Number 11, all of the fears fall before Him because my heart is set to trust Him. I don't deserve any of this, but He gives it to me freely. That's what He wants to do. And He wants to do it for you too. Have a great day.